What's up, everybody? And today we're going to be going over my top 10 favorite directors of all time. So, directors are these people that direct a movie, they direct the movie. Now, I'm going to be going over my top 10 of my favorite ones. I have a few honorable mentions, and those would include Francis Ford Coppola, Stanley Kubrick, and that's it. So, those two are my honorable mentions. So, without further ado, comment down below. What are your top 5 directors of all time? What are your top directors of all time? We might share a few we might share opinions, and that's great. But drop in the comments, what are your favorite directors? So without further ado, let's go. So coming in number 10 is going to be Peter Jackson. So as everybody knows, The Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie of all time, as everybody knows. And this man has done those movies, and he did the Hobbit movies too, which those are actually pretty super underrated movies. I really enjoyed those movies, even though they're not as good. I did enjoy those. But Lord of the Rings, everybody knows how masterful Lord of the Rings is. Hobbit, just not as good, but still really good. And yeah, Peter Jackson. Coming number 9 is going to be Steven Spielberg, whatever. His movies include Jaws, the ones I've seen. I'll go over the ones I haven't seen. He'd be higher if the ones I haven't seen. I have. So the movies I haven't seen. So okay, I haven't seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Jurassic Park. I haven't seen those 3 films. But if I had seen those 3 films, he would have been higher on this list. But the only films of his I've seen are Schindler's List, which is my favorite, Catch Me If You Can, which is all phenomenal. Same with, and then Jaws, which I've also seen. Those movies are all pretty dang good movies. Catch Me If You Can is very underrated. Schindler's List is one of the greatest movies of all time, without a doubt. And then Jaws is it's a really good movie. Yeah. But I haven't seen Raiders. I haven't seen any Indiana Jones movies. I haven't seen E.T. I haven't seen Lincoln. I haven't seen Munich. I haven't seen all the popular movies, so I don't. If I had, I'd probably put them higher, but I haven't. So, yeah. Coming in number 8 is going to be James Cameron. Now, this man has directed some of my favorite movies ever, which include Titanic, which is my favorite of his, Terminator 2, and Terminator 1. I have not seen Aliens, The Abyss, the other movies he's done. I don't know the other movies he's done. I've seen Avatar, but yes, those 3 movies are all freaking amazing. And this man deserves to be on this list. He's very good. And coming number 7 is, I want to put him here, but I had to put him here. And that's Christopher Nolan. I think his movies are overrated, especially The Dark Knight. Except Inception, which I do love. I do need to rewatch his movies again. But I think Dark Knight's overrated. I think not Memento. I think Dunkirk's overrated. I think Tenet's overrated. I think The Dark Knight Rises overrated. I think Batman Begins overrated. But Prestige and Memento and Inception are all pretty damn good movies. So they're not bad movies. The ones that I think are overrated. They're just not as good as like The Dark Knight. I don't think it's like one of the greatest movies ever. I don't know why people think that, but whatever. So, then coming number 6 is going to be Quentin Tarantino. This guy, actually, I'm going to move this guy up. So, my new number 6 would be Hayao Miyazaki, okay? Hayao Miyazaki is a phenomenal director. His works include Spirited Away, my favorite animated movie ever, Howl's Moving Castle, in my top 5 of all animated movies of all time, Kiki's Delivery Service in my top 10 animated movies, Totoro, another top 10, Ponyo, another top 10. The Cat Returns. He's done Porco Rosso. He's done Princess Mononoke. He's done so many movies, and I love this man. He's freaking. If you haven't seen any of his movies, I recommend to watch Totoro first, and then you watch Spirited Away, and then you watch Ponyo. Watch those three in that. They don't have anything to do with each other, but that was just my. You start off with Totoro, because I think that's one of his first movies. You start with that movie, and no, maybe then you go Ponyo, then Spirited Away, because Spirited Away is freaking phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, it's freaking amazing. Then coming in number 5 is going to be Edgar Wright, and this man has done my top 3, one of my top 3 favorite trilogies, being the Cornetto trilogy, which includes Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, which are all 4.5 to 5-star movies, all of them. And then Baby Driver is another 4.5-star movie. And then The Scott Pilgrim is just 4 stars. I love this guy's movies so much. And yes, my Hot Fuzz being my favorite of his movies. Then Shaun of the Dead. Then The World's End. Then Baby Driver. Then Scott Pilgrim. And I love this man. If you haven't seen his movies, go watch his movies. He's awesome. Then coming in number 4 is going to be Quentin Tarantino. I was thinking hard about it, and I have seen all of his movies, and I totally forgot how good all of his movies were. Pulp Fiction, of course, being my favorite. I think it's the best Quentin Tarantino movie in terms of quality, in terms of script, in terms of characters. I think has one of the greatest scripts of all time, behind Good Will Hunting, and or maybe the best script of all time. I don't know. Has some of the best characters. Mia Wallace being my favorite character. Probably probably my favorite female character in a movie. Maybe, probably not, but one of my favorites. One of my favorite movie characters ever. And just that movie's amazing. And then it goes my ranking. So it's Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Basterds. Then I'm gonna go Django, and then Kill Bill. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Kill Bill, Reservoir Dogs, Jackie Brown, Hateful Eight, Death Proof. All his movies are 3.5-star movies to 5-star movies. Really good director, and I love this dude. Coming number 3 is going to be Paul Thomas Anderson, or also known as PTA. This man has directed. How many of his movies are my top 20 of all time? I think Magnolia is my favorite of his movies. That's in my top 10. There Will Be Blood, Boogie Nights, The Master, Inherent Vice, Punch Drunk Love. Those are all 4.5 to 5-star movies. I love those so much. The other ones I haven't seen yet, but I will. But this guy is just, I binged his movies in like a week, most of his movies, and he's a freaking amazing. I recommend you start with Magnolia, then you go over to There Will Be Blood, then if you're allowed to, Boogie Nights. But yes, coming number 2 is going to be. He used to be my favorite, but he's not my favorite anymore, and that would be Martin friggin' Scorsese. I love this man so much with a passion. Grandpa Scorsese, I was like, as I like to call him, or Grandpa Marty. Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, The Wolf of Wall Street, The King of Comedy, Raging Bull are all in my top 25 of all time. The Departed, The Irishman, the Cape Fear, Shutter Island, The Aviator are all in like my top 70 of all time. I think he's amazing. Goodfellas being my favorite, of course. Top 5 of all time. Taxi Driver, top 6. I have a list on Letterboxd if you want to check my favorite movies of all time. I got Taxi Driver in there. Goodfellas. I got like a bunch of his movies. I got top 30 of all time on Letterboxd, and I love this man so much. If you haven't seen his movies, especially Goodfellas, if you're not, the person that I'm talking to knows that I'm talking to him that hasn't seen Goodfellas. So go watch Goodfellas, please. It's a freaking amazing movie. You will enjoy it, hopefully. And yeah, the number 1 is my favorite director of all time. If you haven't guessed it already, David Fincher. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love this man so much. He's directed Fight Club, Seven, Gone Girl, Zodiac, The Social Network are all my top 20 of all time. I think Fight Club being my favorite, then Seven, then Gone Girl, then Social Network, then Zodiac. But they're all, again, I love them to pieces, all of them. And just he's different. He's a perfectionist, but he's like Scorsese has movies that I love that don't not they don't make me they make me feel something. But this movie, David Fincher's movies make me feel more, like feel more emotion and stuff. But yeah, I love David Fincher so much, and he's my favorite director. And I know some of you out there, he's also your favorite director. You know, the best director of all time, I think Martin Scorsese is the greatest director of all time. But David Fincher, he's my favorite, and I love him so much. And that was the video. And comment down below your favorite directors, and have a nice day. Bye.